Stay focused. Don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to nobody, homie. What's on your mind, just do it. Because what's destined for you, you gonna get it.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to a new video, WIZLAND with Wiz. Happy to be with you guys today. So, you already read the title of the video. You know what the video will be about. And basically, how we're going to get unstuck. I have kind of about 2 to 3 ways that we can get unstuck, because I definitely do get stuck in a time frame of a year, about 2 to 3 times in a year, and it becomes very difficult at times to understand that I'm stuck until I notice, for one, the feeling of it, and two, I notice that a lot of things around me have not really changed. Sometimes, obviously, we're gonna have to get used to the monotonous. We have to get used to doing things the same way. It's just part of the entire process of trying to become successful. But regardless to say, we do sometimes hit a wall. Sometimes we get to a point that we continue doing the same things, and at some point we do expect things to change, but we're doing the same things. So sometimes doing the same things and getting no results will not change your situation, and that's the thing. It's pretty difficult sometimes to be able to tell the difference between you doing something the same way for a long time and knowing that you eventually will get results, compared to doing the same thing and doing the wrong thing and thinking that you're doing something productive that will eventually get you results. So for me, it's more so of a self-reflection. I have to sit down with myself and actually intentionally sit down with myself and evaluate everything around me, not only my environment, also the things and the progressions that I'm doing within myself. I tend to do this at least 2 to 3 times a year, because that's usually when I hit a wall. There's always that risk of you hitting walls, meaning that there's times where you don't want to do anything. There's times where you feel like you're doing something and you're getting no traction, or you're not improving, or you're not moving forward. More so, I have a thought that is like you're jogging in place. So basically, you're putting in all this effort, but you're standing in the same place, and you're not going anywhere. So it's very frustrating, to be honest with you guys, because I usually go through this when I notice that I'm a bit too comfortable with how my life is. It means that either I've gone through that more so when I'm like in relationships, or when I'm in a relationship. I go through a lot through that phase, because I'm happy for one. I'm very happy for once. I'm grateful for the fact that I have a relationship. I'm grateful for the fact that I have a job. I'm grateful that my family around me, immediate family, is healthy. So I'm always grateful about things like that. So it's very tricky to not get in a position where I feel, in a sense, comfortable. So for you guys, my big tip, or my big thing would be, don't get too comfortable. Just like future songs say, don't get comfortable. Like, don't get too comfortable, because what happens is when you get comfortable, you feel happy, you're in a good place, so you don't tend to turn up the gear in whatever it is that you might be doing, because you just think everything is fine and dandy, and you don't have no obstacles, you have no issues, you have no pain. So what I do usually when I notice that I've gone, let's say, for at least 2 to 3 months where I'm not making improvement because I'm comfortable, I tend to either like intentionally add more stress through my either work. So I sign up intentionally for overtime, or I also intentionally at the gym add more hardcore workouts, because you always have to put some stress to your life in a sense, because it is going to force you to keep improving. It's going to keep And I'm not talking about that stupid stress where you put in, you're dealing with people that are going to be harmful to your life, or they're going to be taking the energy away from your life or from the things that you need to do. I'm talking about just intentionally creating things for you to kind of put pressure on yourself. If, for example, another thing would be you have to do a project in a week or so, and you're forcing yourself to do that project in a week, and there's no ifs and buts about it. So it's things like that that do get you out of feeling stuck. I think that it is a much so a feeling is a real thing, to be honest with you, and more so when you're not seeing any form of improvement or any form of change in your life. So by you intentionally going out your way and making the things a bit more difficult around you, it is going to make that sense. It's going to get you unstuck because, for one, it's going to motivate you. If you currently are struggling achieving something, it's going to motivate you to get it achieved or get it done. It's going to make you improve in that particular sense, so you have to understand that when you do feel stuck, you have to stop doing whatever it is you're doing and reevaluate why you feel stuck, for one, and if you're really feeling stuck, because sometimes that sense of feel that you feel like stuck is just a fact that you don't see any change. So when you start doing things differently, for example, instead of going the same way from work and to work, you have to maybe go take a different route, and instead of doing things the same way all the time, for example, if you do something every single day, and let's say you've been doing this thing for 6 months. So let's say you go on a walk in the morning, then you go drop off your kids to school, then you come back, maybe you cook breakfast, then you chill for a little bit, then you actually go to work, and then you come back and do that routine for, let's say, 6 months. You're going to feel that you're stuck, and I don't care what it is, because it is like Groundhog Day. You're not adding or you're not changing anything in your life, and you're in a sense it's gonna kind of create that feeling for you. And that's one of the main things that I noticed for myself, that when I was not living, because you can live, right? You can be alive and just go through the motions, but you're really not living. You're not really doing anything to change your situation. You're not taking initiative, which is one of the main things that you have to learn how to do for your life. You have to take initiative to make sure that you don't feel like you're stuck. Because when we allow just life to happen, we're just gonna be going through the system like NPCs, like non-playable characters. You're not gonna be able, you're just gonna go about your day. You're not gonna have nothing fun to do, or you're not, because sometimes things as simple as maybe not going on a walk in the morning, but going on a walk in the evening will make it different, in a different style. It's a different atmosphere, it's a different environment, and things as simple as that will change how you feel about you feeling stuck. So with me saying that, the reason I wanted to share that is because we are going into a new year. 2023 is around the corner, and I do believe that while New Year resolutions are always a good thing, because it gives you the sense of a new year starting, and it should be a reason, it is a good reason for people to change. You have to understand that feeling of feeling stuck, it's always going to be there. There's always a risk of you going to that point. But when you start initiating your life, initiating actions towards your life, that feeling is going to become less likely. When I was younger, in my younger 20s, I always felt stuck because I felt like I couldn't do whatever the hell I wanted. As I've gotten older, I don't feel as much. I don't feel that feeling as much. I do feel it sometimes, and like I said, it's only when I feel too comfortable. When I'm too comfortable, and it's very hard for me to notice it because I'm very happy or I'm very in a good place. But when I do notice it, it's something that I immediately start changing something in my life, because it does change and it does make it better. Like, that feeling eventually goes away within a day or two, and it can be as easy as just increasing repetitions at the gym, or doing a workout that I'm not used to doing, or just adding more sets to the entire workout. It's just something as simple as that can really change and go a long way for you to feel unstuck. So yeah, guys, I hope you liked today's video, and if you do feel stuck, I mean, that's one of the main things I would tell you. Stop doing what you're doing. Like, think about why you feel stuck and start planning to do things differently. If you do that, I promise you won't feel that feeling, and that can be in the sense of your relationship, it can be in the sense of money, it can be in the sense of your workouts, whatever the case is. If you feel stuck, if you feel like you hit a plateau, or you're in front of a wall, you can't get past through it, maybe it's just a matter of you switching your point of view and just doing something else or something different, and that will get you further, and that will keep you moving forward. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. If you did, go ahead, subscribe, leave me a comment, share the content. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.